Hello students, let us see some analysis of DC circuits. So in this topic we are going to see some of the topics which I have already discussed. So your outline includes introduction, some voltage and current sources, passive sign convention, series and parallel connection of sources, node branches and loops, series and parallel elements, source transformation, some numerical analysis. Some unsolved problems it includes. So this is the introduction. So you find your electrical circuits everywhere, like you find electrical circuits in mobile phones, in computer systems, in transmission lines, in automobile industry, in airline industry, and you are in robotics. So everywhere you will find your electrical circuits. We will see some of the examples. So what do you mean by analysis of a circuit implies? What do you mean by analysis of a circuit? Here you are having two circuits, series circuit and parallel circuit. Here you are having series circuit, this is your series circuit and its equivalent representation, and this is your parallel circuit and its equivalent representation. So what we do when they are in series or when they are in parallel? So in the analysis we find voltage across the element or current through the element. By using that voltage across the element or current through the element, we are going to find power or any other things. So the basic things we are going to see in the analysis of a circuit, the voltage across the element or current through the element. Your circuit analysis revolves around only the two parameters, voltage and the current. If you have observed here this is your battery and this is your positive polarity, this is your positive polarity and this is your negative polarity. So to this battery, here we are having loads. Load is nothing but you can consider anything. Here we have considered bulbs. These bulbs are connected in series. So how can you say they are in series? They are connected one by one. Like this is your positive polarity of from the battery and it is connected to, like for example, consider this is your one end of your bulb and this is your second end of your bulb. So positive polarity is connected to one end of the bulb and from the second end there is a normal wire, and again this is your one first end of your second bulb and this is your second end. How they are connected? This is your second end of the first bulb is, this is your first bulb and this is your second bulb. So second end of the first bulb is connected to first point of the second bulb, and again its second end is connected to negative terminal. It means that they are connected in series. So the equivalent representation is, this is your equivalent representation and this is a symbol for your battery and these two are the bulbs. So this is your positive. So this is your positive and this is your negative. Positive is connected to, this is your first end and this is your second end, and this is your first end and this is your second end. So first end is connected to positive and 2 and 1 are connected with the wire. 2 and 1 are connected with the wire. So for this let us consider an example for series and parallel. In series, connection. So if I connect elements in series, how they looks? For example, you are having four friends. You are like playing a game by sitting in circle. You are playing a game by sitting in circle. So how it looks? Like this is a first person, is hand, and this is a second person, is a hand, and this third person, some hand. So if they have connected in series, this is your left hand. So like consider this is your left hand, right hand, and this is your right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, and right hand, left hand. So if they have connected in series, how they are connected? Left hand is connected to right hand of the second person. This is your first person, this is second person, this is third person, this is your fourth person. So left hand is connected to right hand. Again left hand is connected to right hand. Left hand is connected to right hand. Left hand is connected to right hand. So now they are said to be in series. Now they are said to be in series. If there is a, if in electrical sense, if I consider, in electrical sense, if I consider, if there is no any connection between these two members, if there is no any connection between two members, whether can I say this circuit is a complete circuit? Whether this circuit is a complete circuit? No, because there is a gap. And similarly, if I consider a pipe, this is a first pipe, this is a second pipe, and this is a third pipe, and this is your fourth pipe. Second pipe, third pipe, and fourth pipe. If I connect a junction point between the, like if I connect by using some valve or anything, if I connect these two pipes, then there is a flow of water. There is a flow of water. There is a flow of water. If I connect, there is a flow of water. If there is any connection break, if there is a connection break, is it said to be a complete circuit? It is a closed circuit? No. So this is called as a series connection. Next we will see parallel connection. Parallel connection. What do you mean by parallel? So in the parallel, so in your childhood, so whenever prayer goes on, so how the student stands? When a prayer goes on, the student stands like this. The student stands like this. This is your left hand, that is your right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. It means that all rights are at one end, all lefts are at one end. So this is called as a parallel connection. So this is called as a parallel connection, where similar ends are at one point and similar ends are at another point. That is called as your parallel connection. So if you have observed here, this is called as parallel connection. So this is your first end and this is your second point, and this is your first point and this is your second point. This is your first end of your first bulb, second end of your first bulb, first end of your first bulb, second end of your first bulb. If you have observed here, 1 and 1 are together, 2 and 2 are together. Similarly, this is equivalent. This is your 1 and this is your 2, and this is your 1 and this is second end. So 1 and 1 are together and 2 and 2 are together. What happens if anything, if current I flows, the same amount of current flows through this first bulb, same amount of current flows through this second bulb. Whenever this I comes, here it is divided among this first bulb like I1 and second bulb in I2. So if it is a voltage, so this in the series the current becomes same, but the voltage is divided. In the series the voltage is divided as V1 and voltage is divided as V2. So in series current remains same, I is constant. In series I is constant and V is divided, that is of source voltage is divided among the elements. And in parallel what happens, current is divided, current is divided like on your, like among your elements. So this is called as series and parallel connection. Next we'll see the next topic is so this is your introduction, like where we uses the electrical circuits. Electrical circuits. So this is a real-time example. This is a real-time example. Here you are using electrical circuits. So this is your modern trains are powered by electric motors and their electrical systems are best analyzed using ACR phasor analysis technique. So this is your simulation diagram. So the knowledge of circuit analysis. So if you have a knowledge of circuit analysis, then you can do some simulations. So before designing only we have to do the simulation. So nobody will design directly a product. First they will simulate the product with the help of a circuit diagram. So this is the one circuit diagram. Here this is your simulation result. So the knowledge of circuit analysis enables oneself to use the circuit simulator. If you know the knowledge of analysis, then only you can able to use like simulator for simulation of your circuits. So these are some simulation circuits. So MATLAB is also one type of a simulation software. So this is your a transformer. So this is your transformer and its equivalent circuit. So whenever you analyze, we consider this is a circuit. With the help of this circuit, we analyze the transformer. And this is your a DC shunt motor. So this is a DC shunt motor and its equivalent circuit. So this is about the transformer, about the DC shunt motor you are going to see in future classes. And this is your iPad charged with internal circuitry. So this is your actually iPad looks like from outside, but this is your internal circuitry of your iPad. And this is a single phase inverter. So this is a single phase inverter. So this is a single phase inverter and its internal circuitry. It is having some of the diodes and BJTs. This is a single phase diode bridge rectifier. Single phase diode bridge rectifier. What is the rectifier? It is used to convert your AC to DC. So how the conversion will be done? Here you are applying some AC signal, but here you are getting a DC output with the help of diodes. That operation will be done. So that also you are going to see in the future classes. This is your DC to DC step down converter. So DC to DC step down converter is also called as, it is a chopper. So let us see this one. So let us consider, here you are having a lighting system. So in this lighting system, the bulbs are connected in parallel. The bulbs are connected in parallel. So how can you say this is a first point and this is your second point? First, second. So here the bulbs are connected in parallel. If there is a break, then what happens to the other bulbs? If there is a break in the wire, then what happens to the other bulbs? Whether there is any effect, is there any effect of this break on these other bulbs? No, no effect. So only the respective bulb only goes into the off position and remaining bulbs glows. So this is called as a parallel connection. So with the help of parallel connection, what is the advantage of parallel connection? Only where there is a default, where there is a fault, only that respective branch only is get affected. So other branches are get runs smoothly. The next is parallel connection. So this is your series connection. Here the bulbs are connected in series. Here the bulb is in series. But have you observed there is a break? There is a break in the wire. Whether this thing will happen in the real time? No. So no, these two bulbs will also be in off state. There will be no current on the entire line because of this break. The total circuit is becomes open circuit. So if it is of open circuit, there is no any current flow.
System circuit representation.
So how these two are connected? Here you are having two circuits. Here you are having two circuits. In this is called as a parallel connection and this is your series connection. So the parallel connection of light bulbs is a figure A, parallel connection of light bulbs is a figure B. And analysis of a circuit. What you are going to see in the analysis of circuit? So the linear circuit analysis forms a basis for many subsequent electrical engineering circuits. So a circuit is nothing but you may find a simple circuit or a complex circuit. So a complex circuit also contains some individual simple circuits. So if you analyze that individual simple circuit, that becomes your analysis of your complex circuits. The study of electronics relies on the analysis of a circuits with devices known as diode, transistors, which are used to construct a power supplies, amplifiers and digital circuits. The skills which we will develop are typically applied in a rapid methodological fashion by electronics engineers. So voltage and current sources. Already we have seen this topic. So basically the electrical sources are divided into independent sources and dependent sources. In the independent sources, we have current source and a voltage source. And in the dependent sources, we have four types: current controlled current source, current controlled voltage source, voltage controlled voltage source, and voltage controlled current source.
So what is the main difference between the independent and dependent sources?
Sources in which the voltage or current independent. So the sources in which the voltage is completely independent of the current, or current is completely independent of the voltage, then that sources are said to be independent sources. Means that if you have considered a voltage source, its value should not depend on current source or a current, and if you have considered a current source, its value should not depend on a voltage, then only it is said to be a independent voltage sources. Then while coming to the dependent sources, special kind of sources for which either the source voltage or source current depends on either the current or on the voltage. For the current source, if it depends on current, then it is called as current controlled current source. For a voltage source, if its value depends on a current, then it is called as current controlled voltage source. The current is controlling. So this is your. So here we have taken some independent voltage sources. Independent voltage sources, and this is your, the first symbol is your, this is a symbol for DC voltage source, and this is a symbol for a battery, and this is a symbol for your AC source symbol. And circuit symbols of your independent voltage sources. For voltage sources you can consider, this is your voltage, independent voltage source. Here the value is Vs, here also Vs, here also Vs. It is not, the value of Vs is not depends on your current. So this is your independent. An independent voltage source is characterized by a terminal voltage which is completely independent of the current flowing through it. Voltage and current sources. Independent voltage sources. The independent voltage source is an ideal source and it does not represent exactly any real physical device. Because an independent voltage source is an ideal source. So if it is of ideal in real time, we won't find. Because of ideal source could theoretically deliver an infinite amount of energy from its terminal, a deliver of infinite current at particular constant voltage. This ideal voltage source does, however, it furnish a reasonable approximation to several practical voltage sources. Now we are going to see ideal and versus practical voltage source. So for ideal voltage source, just remember this point. For ideal voltage source, if you have observed the internal resistances, for voltage source the resistance is connected in series. For voltage source the resistance is connected in series. So for ideal voltage source, this Rs indicates internal resistance. This internal resistance is 0. If the internal resistance is 0, so whatever the voltage present for the voltage source, the same voltage appears in this section. It means that Vout is always equal to V. Vout is always equal to V. That is your, this is a curve of your independent, that is of ideal voltage source. If you have considered ideal current source, if this is a ideal current source, if this is the ideal current source, let us consider the difference between an ideal current source and practical voltage source, ideal voltage source and practical voltage source. So this is your ideal voltage source and this is your practical voltage source. What is the difference? Here you are having, for ideal voltage source, the internal resistance is 0. For while coming to the practical voltage source, it contains some internal resistance. Because of having some internal resistance, let us consider this is a current I. The current flowing in the circuit is I. So because of this I, there is some voltage drop across this resistor. Then what will be the Vout? What will be the Vout? Vout becomes V minus I into Rs. How you are getting that one? By using the KVL. So by using the KVL only, we are writing that I is equal to. So let us consider this is your ideal voltage source and this is your ideal current source. So apply KVL. Apply KVL here. Apply KVL. By applying the KVL, what you will get here? Minus V. This is your plus minus. So plus I into Rs plus Vout is equal to 0. Plus Vout equal to 0. Then from this Vout is equal to V minus I into Rs. So this is the equation for V out for practical voltage sources. Voltage source and current source. This is your independent current source. For independent current source, here also we are having ideal current source and practical current source. For independent current source, the current through the element completely independent of the voltage across it. Remember this one. For voltage source, for independent voltage source, the voltage value is independent of the current. For current source, the current value is independent of the voltage across it. Voltage and current sources. Here we have taken ideal and practical current sources. Ideal and practical current sources. So this is your ideal current source. Have you observed a point? For current source, always you have to connect a resistor in parallel. So for ideal current source, the resistance value is infinite. For ideal voltage source, for ideal current source, for ideal current source, for ideal current source, the resistance value, the internal resistance Rs equal to infinite. For ideal voltage source, for ideal voltage source, for ideal voltage source, the internal resistance Rs equal to 0. Rs equal to 0. That's why we are connecting it in parallel. So if for ideal voltage source, for ideal voltage source, if the Rs becomes infinite, then what happens? If Rs becomes infinite, if Rs becomes, so how we connect internal resistance in series? If Rs becomes infinite, so this becomes here open. So the circuit goes to open circuit. So for ideal voltage source, the Rs is 0. For ideal current source, Rs is infinite. Okay. So for ideal current source, equivalent circuit and characteristics. So this is your ideal current source and this is your practical current source. For practical current source, Rs is connected, that is of internal resistance is connected in parallel and its value is, it is having non-infinite value. So because of non-infinite, here you are having a current. Current is equal to, here it is divided. Then for practical, for ideal current source, I is constant. For this one, I is deviated from the constant value. The deviation is V out by Rs. The deviation is V out by Rs. Here the total current, like I out is equal to, what will be the I out? I out equal to V out by Rs. The voltage across it is V out and the resistance is Rs. So for voltage sources, what are the examples for voltage sources? A battery is an example for voltage source. A diesel generator is an example for voltage source. For current sources, solar cell can act as a current source up to certain extent. Voltage source with large inductor in series. This is a voltage source, a large inductor in series acts as a current source. And these are the dependent sources. Dependent voltage source and dependent current source. This is your dependent voltage source and dependent. So how the symbol is? The symbol is like, this is your dependent voltage source, dependent current source. If this value depends on current, then it is called as current controlled voltage source. If it's this value depends on a voltage, then it is called as voltage controlled voltage source. So in dependent sources we are having for voltage, if this voltage depends on voltage, if this voltage depends on other voltage, then it is called as voltage controlled voltage source. If this voltage, this is a source voltage, this source voltage depends on current, then it is called as current controlled voltage source. For example, for current, if it is a dependent current source, then it may depend on voltage or it may depend on current. If the current value depends on voltage, that is called as current, that is a voltage controlled current source. If this current value depends on a current, it is called as current controlled current source. Like this we are having four types: voltage controlled voltage source, current controlled voltage source, voltage controlled current source, current controlled current source. Already we have seen with the alpha beta values. So in the basic classes only we have seen this, what is the voltage source, what is the current source. Only this is a brief. So like this is the first one is your current controlled voltage source, and this is your voltage controlled current source. Actually this is a current source, but its value is depending on a current. So the current controlled current source, and this is a current source, but its value is depending on some voltage. So that's why it's called as voltage controlled current source. And here this is actually basically it is a voltage source, but its value is depending on voltage. So it is voltage controlled voltage source. And here it is the value of voltage depends on current. So it is called as current controlled voltage source. Now the source on the right hand side, here you are having some circuit. Here this is your independent, this is your independent, this is independent voltage source. This is your independent voltage source. Independent voltage source. And these are the resistors or a passive element. And what type of this one is, actually inside your this symbol you are having voltage. So actually it is basically a voltage source. Basically it is a voltage source. But if you have observed, here you are having 5 volts, but here you are having 10i. That is nothing but this voltage source, its value is depending on some current. So it is called as current controlled voltage source. Current is controlling this value. That's why it is called as current controlled voltage source. In the next class, we are going to see a very interesting topic, that is your passive sign convention.